got after this, I think it's going to be MJF and Adam Cole, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so they go to Outback Steakhouse because the only way to scout out their Australian opponents is at Outback Steakhouse. So they're going to eat, and Adam Cole, they thought it was delicious. They really loved it. And then they were going to watch Crocodile Dundee, but instead MJF showed him a video of a kangaroo, right? And he wants to do a kangaroo kick. That's going to be like his next thing. Okay. So then I guess the next way was they clotheslined the maintenance guy who found their stuffed crocodile.
Put some respect on it. It's a double clothesline.
A double clothesline, yes. Yeah. And they clotheslined him into the kiddie pool. And then Tony Khan calls them into the office and yells at them. One of his first really appearances as a character on this show, other than his little announcements that he makes, which I think that's interesting. Kind of. So even though these are pre-tapes, they're still going along with it. So they're putting him over. They're trying to get him involved. But I'm not sure. Hold on. Before I ask you guys about it, I'll do the next segment too, because they're involved. They get to the stadium. MJF ate a lot of spicy chicken and he has to take a dump. But they get out there. They cut some promos. Finally, some serious promos this time, because this has all been ridiculous stuff about we're friends and we're going to shake hands and have a good match. But there was some fire in MJF's promo. It finally said, this is going to be my only goal in life, to keep this title, and I'm going to keep it no matter what. Which is interesting. Does that mean he would cheat on his own best friend, at this point? Not cheat on him, but you know what I mean. Cheat in the match. But so this segment ends when Aussie Open attacks them. But even though they got sneak attacked, MJF and Adam Cole, they got the best of them at the end, and Aussie Open powders out. And so there's a lot to talk about here, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and start with Brian on this. So we had a
segment. You start with Vlad. Start with Vlad. Please.
You want to defer to Vlad first?
I do.
Okay, Vlad. Let's defer to Vlad. Okay. Vlad, okay, there was the pre-tape segment.
I will take it from here.
Yeah.
There was the pre-tape segment and the kangaroo kick and the Outback Steakhouse. You want to comment on that first before the in-ring promos?
No, I don't. I'm so sick of these comedy segments. This is what makes it really unbearable to get through. As much as I love MJF, and I said before, I have a soft spot for Cole. I cannot handle this anymore. I mean, it's why don't they just skip those things and have them just come out? If they're going to come out anyways, why even have that? So let's just go to the in-ring segment, because that's really what I want to talk about, I guess, or at least discuss.
Okay, so the promos, they said they're going to be serious and try to win the match, okay, which is also still very weird to me because they're best friends, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, again, credit to MJF. He makes everything entertaining, and he can go from being funny and entertaining in the middle of a promo to getting serious real quick. Just boom like that, and he's in it. So he cut up another really MJF type promo, explaining what the title means to him, explaining everything else that as much as his friendship means to Cole's friendship means to him, the title means even more. So he's gonna do whatever it takes to win and things like that. So and Cole was not bad either. So overall, the promo was strong, the segment was strong. Aussie Open coming in, okay. I mean, I don't know what's the sense of having them also defend the titles on the pre-show or fight for the Ring of Honor titles at the pre-show. I'm a little torn on that, but I'm hopeful that they have an idea with the booking of how that will make sense and how that in the end. So overall, this is probably the strongest segment of the night by far. No doubt about that. After everything,
you're ignoring the pre-tape.
Well, I've been ignoring the pre-tapes for the last month and a half. So yes, I'm going to stick with that and pretend that I'm only seeing the promos as, but yeah, okay. Overall, this was the best part of the show.
Well, okay, listen, Brian, you know what? I'll go next.
Yeah, okay.
I like I like that it seemed like they're giving effort to a feud with Aussie Open, which is, it's like, to me, it's MJF. He takes everything seriously. So we're going to fight Aussie Open for it seems like a throwaway match. But, you know, kangaroo kick, okay, it's silly, but at least it's like messing with Aussie Open a little bit in a way, you know, making fun of them. So it's something, okay? I'm sure that's MJF creative, and it's like I was telling Brian, Tony Khan's probably too busy to micromanage and write every single joke or whatever, so he's got to let some of his guys do some of the creative themselves. This is what they came up with. Okay, you know, not great, but at least it's something. They're working that match, that Ring of Honor match to start the show. What did any? Roddy was Roddy here today? I think he was in the parking lot. I think.
Yeah, he was
with the Kingdom.
The Kingdom.
He kicked the tire. He was pissed off. Like, I have a prediction. I don't know if it's too early. There's one more show. There's one more Dynamite next week. But I can make a prediction if you guys want to do that for what's going to happen at the pay-per-view. But let's get Brian's opinion about these two segments first: the pre-taped comedic segment, and then the promo battle in the ring that they had. What do you give us some thoughts about that before I might ask us for some predictions?
All right, so I want to be quick. I really don't have a whole lot to add. That's why I wanted Vlad to go first, because I had a feeling that me and him were going to be simpatico. I'm a funny guy. I like haha. I like comedies. Naked Gun is one of my all-time favorite movies. I like comedy and wrestling. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not a fan of these pre-tapes they've been doing. These wacky. I just haven't been a fan.
Complete miss, huh?
Well, it's not even so much that it's a miss. I just think, like, this is an angle. This is a storyline that is revolving around your top belt in the company. This is the AEW World Championship. I don't think that at that level there should be this level of haha and kind of a carefreeness and something that everybody theoretically within the confines of the narrative should be striving for and trying to get. There's a place for comedy in pro wrestling. I just don't think that comedy needs to be at the top of the card. And this is presumably the main event at Wembley. And like I said, I think they've done a good job with the pre-tapes, even though I kind of disagree. I disagree with the comedic approach and how heavy-handed they've been. So I was not a fan of the Outback stuff, of the double close. It was just so silly. And it was like, this is not what I want in my wrestling. But then, as Vlad mentioned, the next segment, they go to the ring. MJF cuts this impassioned promo. Adam Cole follows up and does his thing. And it's like, that's all that needed to have happened here. That's all we needed. We did not need this whole wacky Outback Steakhouse thing. Just cut that from the run sheet and just do what they did in the ring. There were still elements of levity, but they brought it home, and MJF made it serious. Adam Cole made it serious. It's like, we're boys, but come this night, they both stated, we're going to do whatever I can to walk away as the World Heavyweight Champion. Perfect. I can't remember the last time I saw any wrestling show where I was so vehemently against one segment, but was then so on board for the segment right after. It was like, it was just a ping pong effect. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching right now? It's like,
yeah.
So yeah,
this is why we review Dynamite, man. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I don't know. Like we were trying to discuss before whether we like Collision or Dynamite better. Like I don't know.
I've been enjoying Collision a lot. Honestly, I've been enjoying the Collision a lot more than Dynamite in these recent weeks.
I mean, it's overall like a more neatly booked show, but man, Dynamite is something else. All right, let's move along though, because we're already past the hour and a half mark. But I do want to finish Dynamite, so let's just do our Dynamite review, and let's get out of here and go drink some beers.
Rolling these.
I might have a. Oh, you know what? I forgot about this.
Tony D'Angelo.
I totally forgot about this tease here. What the hell was this? Why was Adam Cole doing this, huh? Vlad thinks,
I didn't like this either.
Yeah.
You know what?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
You know what? Because we don't know what's going to go on next weekend or who's busy. Brian, are you comfortable making a prediction for All In for this match for the Adam Coles? What's going to happen in the pre-show and what's going to happen in the main event? Do you need the last week, or can you make a prediction right now? Because I
can make a prediction. I mean, in terms of like the I wanted to mention the whole 0 hour, the fact that they've got these two your two guys that are going to be in the main event of one of the biggest pro wrestling show in modern history. You then have them on the fucking pre-show. Now, I'm already getting upset about it. I tried to just give everybody the benefit of the doubt until it happens. But on paper, this seems like such a colossal mistake for any number of reasons. Forget the fact that you're risking potential injury by having your two main eventers wrestling on the pre-show ahead of the real show. I don't think Tony Khan is a dumb man. In fact, I think he's a smart individual. I think this whole thing is going to be nothing more than an angle that will probably be used to set up something that will transpire in the actual main event. I don't think they're going to have an actual match with Aussie Open. I think, the Kingdom, Roddy, something like that is going to happen where it's going to be called out, whatever. Maybe they lock up and then, the shit gets thrown out. That's what I'm hoping, because I just can't imagine Tony Khan would risk his main event by having his two main eventers in the freaking pre-show. So that's that. In terms of what I think is going to happen in the main event, honestly, it's hard to say because they've got All Out the following Sunday. So I don't know. Maybe MJF wins. Maybe they run it back at All Out, and that's when we get the double turn, because I do think that Adam Cole is going to be the one that turns on MJF. Whether that happens at All In, if it doesn't happen at All In and they do another match the week later, which, again, I think is a bad idea. Like, I don't know. It's weird to predict something where the next big show is, like, the following week. But
I know it's tough. I'm not so confident about my pick either. But let's just make one, because we might be right, and you could brag about it afterwards if you're right.
I think a double turn is happening. I think MJF is going to remain the babyface that people love to hate, and Cole and Roderick. I mean, there's no way that Roderick Strong is a babyface. You cannot be a babyface rocking the neck brace. He just looked like a buffoon doing that, and he's been rocking this neck brace for weeks now. There's no way in hell this guy is on the up and up at all. So, yeah, I think there's a double turn in the works.
All right, I think that's Vlad's pick too. I'm not sure if he's going to say double turn, but I think you did mention that you're pretty sure Adam Cole's going to be the one to turn on MJF.
Yeah, but I think Brian made a good point in the sense that will it happen this show, or since they have another pay-per-view so soon after, will they wait to show all their cards in the next show? So that does kind of put a wrinkle in my prediction. But I'm going to just say that for this show is when they do the turn. So I could be wrong, based on the fact that they, usually they have like a pay-per-view 4 months down the line after this one, but since this one is like right after.
And then what about the pre-show? Do they win that match or do they lose that match? Or
I think what Brian said is probably right. They probably won't even have it. It's probably just going to be like some kind of, brouhaha where everybody just attacks the ring, like Kingdom or something happens, something where they don't end up actually having the match. I think that makes the most sense. So they're not like, I can't imagine they have a competitive 15, 20-minute match and then go in the main event. That would just be unbelievable. I actually might just watch the pre-show just to see what happens.
Like that is so crazy.
Well, here's my prediction.
It is crazy.
My prediction is they're going to win the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles in the pre-show in a 20-minute match.
Oh, my God.
And in the main event, the run out will be Roderick Strong. And he's going to come out and distract Adam Cole. Adam Cole's going to say, "Get out of here. I'm doing my match. Get out of here." And that's going to distract him enough for MJF to get the pin. And they're going to stay best friends. There's
So wait, so no turn. Nobody's turning on anybody.
No turn. This is too good, baby.
Okay,
Better than you, baby.
I have to throw just a slight, not even a monkey wrench, but a question. And I say this with all respect because I love Roderick Strong. I've been a fan of Roderick Strong since like 2006, 2007, something like that.
Well, he can be a heel. Adam Cole versus Roderick Strong.
His run as PW champion was one of the best runs in PWG history. I say all that to say this. You were going to have Roderick Strong interfere in the main event of a 90,000 arena-packed Wembley Stadium and have him be the one that interferes in this match against MJF and Adam Cole. Roderick Strong.
Yes.
With the neck brace.
Dude, everyone's been watching this show. Everyone's been watching this show on a week-to-week basis.
But there's levels to this. There's levels to this. Like, no. That's why I think there's more, but there's a greater chance of Roderick getting involved in the pre-show than in the main event. Because that'd be like, who was the guy in WWE? I forget his name, but he was like a line with Carmella. The dumpy looking dude. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Maybe,
I forgot it.
maybe not.
I can't remember his name.
He got destroyed by Braun Strowman, and then he became like kind of a regular for a bit of time. And with Carmella, I forget his name, but it'd be like him going and interfering in the main event. It's like,
but it's
what
not,
are you
though.
doing here?
I don't think that analogy is like the same. Roderick Strong is known in the wrestling community. He was in the Undisputed Era.
Right, yes, but he was not, again, I say this with respect to Roddy. It's like having Brandon Cutler come out in the main event and being like, "Oh, I'm the reason that you lost." It's like, what? No.
Well,
no.
When it happens, you guys are going to come back and tell me. So let's see. All right, let's just wait and see. But I'm locking it in. That's my prediction. They're going to stay together. They have to. Adam, this is way too important to MJF's life. The first friend he's ever made. He needs this. If it would destroy him. It would destroy him if Adam Cole.
Don't work yourself into a shoot, brother.
Yeah, he's working himself into a shoot.
All right.
Already preparing for his show, the Mark show that he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're